What's up, guys? Welcome back to Viewer Castles. Our level 30 castle for today is Bearneck. He's got every character at level 30, 629 crowns, so let's take a look at what he's got in here. Probably going to die, but we'll see what happens. Alright. So, silence trap, couple mouse wheels. I like the silence trap. It's this. I tried doing this though. I think I had one that I was trying to do this with, and it doesn't quite reach to the edge of here. At least not, long enough. I guess, like not for a long enough period that it makes you actually think about that. But this is pretty similar to what I have set up, except obviously I don't have. I have the Pete Poundmore, but I don't have the other two units. Instead, I have a Defendatron. But Pete Poundmores are really good in these tight spaces. Alright, so I ended up killing it, but I'm half health, which is not good. So I'm going to try not to take any damage. And I'm even going to try to headshot this, but it looks like I have to take a hit if I headshot. Alright, use a potion. God, this guy shoots so fast. So I guess having a puppeteer with IMAXs is not a bad idea. I remember I was talking about that in my video when I did my my castle building, as I wasn't sure if it would be good, and it seems pretty good to me. And I'm taking extra hits because I'm talking, not paying attention. It's not ideal.
Time for a tactical retreat.
All right, there's a Zeke up here that I'd like to kill.
I can't do that quite yet. Feeling spry.
But it looks like he's trying to heal up. I'm going to see if I can get close enough to him so that he doesn't heal up. Alright, cool. So that wasn't as bad as it could have been. But I've already used 2 potions and I'm probably only about 2 rooms in. Couple explodifiers up here. I didn't really mind explodifiers before the reset, so we'll see how they are now. Generally you just have to throw a volley down and they'll, for the most part, just die. I guess having a lot more trap pressure is a little bit annoying, but they're not too bad. Alright, webmasters are definitely a problem for me. I'm gonna have to use another potion here. And I have a feeling that I'm just gonna run out of potions during this castle. Webmasters are something that I really wish I had bear traps for. I really wish I had a 5th skill slot, because that would make things a lot easier. And I'm getting slowed by their webs that I didn't ever really have to think about. That was never something that I was concerned with before open creation, but they can combine with other traps and stuff when you're slowed and make ballista traps hit you and stuff, so. Alright, there's my last potion. I'm in the boss room. We'll see how this works. Alright, I ended up killing one of the Defendatrons. Most of these are not being defended, so I can try to volley this, and if I can kill off the Zeeks, I may have a chance. I might actually be able to do this. Let's see. This Nottingham is pretty annoying. Gonna grab a couple of these health globes. And kill off the Doctor's skull.
Ready to go. Not now. Push.
I think it's mostly just the Count's Nottingham, so I think I might have been able to do it. But that was a really tough castle for me to do. Improvements on your end. I'm trying to think. I think your first Stairmaster, and what was the other unit that you had with that? The Stairmaster, it's not bad, but I would almost prefer to have the Puppeteer enraging my Pete Poundmore, because that thing can do a ton of damage to somebody. if they don't know how to deal with it, you know, or if they don't have the abilities, I guess, to deal with it. Like if an archer comes in with bear traps, it's gonna be an easy day to clean up Pete Poundmore and to clean up your webmasters like that. So I don't know. IMAXs are good though. I mean, your castle wasn't bad. I don't really know what you could do to improve it. It was pretty good. But yeah, we'll jump into number 2 in just a second. Alright, next up we have Icemobius, cast level to 26. So we'll jump into it.
Shouldn't be a problem.
And let's see what he's got. Alright, so I have to explore up here just in case there's a mine or something. Looks like there's going to be something up here. Whether it's just an empty room or a mine. Generally when attackers go through castles, they have to check every area. So it's almost a good idea to just kind of throw a room up here that doesn't have any mines in it. Because then, you know, as someone who's validating your castle, you don't have to worry about even going into this area of your castle. Like this one, you know, the defender, when they're validating, doesn't have to go up here, but the attacker, at least their first time, does. And then it forces them to either say, okay, I'm just going to take 2 stars, or okay, I'm going to try again, and possibly die, and then give stars back. Alright, well that did not work the way I wanted it to, but... Oh my god. I hate when I try to walk and then I accidentally shoot instead. That's the worst. This is a difficult area to be in. Let's try to go over here. I don't know where that Zeke went. I guess he just is up there somewhere. Looks like I'm gonna have to use another potion, which is really bad for me. I think at this point, my best option is to get to the boss room. So I have to hope that there's no crazy traps in here. Alright, this is actually an okay area to fight in now. When you see crazy areas like that that are really hard to fight in as an attacker, you should always try to find a better area to fight in. Like, it's just not worth it to fight there. You should just run past it. Because there's a hard cap on mobs. If there wasn't a hard cap on mobs, it would change it. It would change the attacker's dynamic completely. At least in my mind. Because, like, right now I can pick off all these low hit point things with a volley. And, like, even if I wasn't able to fight here and I had to go all the way to the end of the boss room, even if there was 200 points of defense that I had to fight in the boss room, there's only a certain amount of it that can attack me at once. So, you know, it doesn't really matter. If you noticed, I positioned my volley there away from this Defendertron just in case he was on AoE. I didn't want him to aggro. So I was trying to kill off as much as possible. But right now we're sitting at the hard cap, and there's a bunch of these mobs in here that aren't actually going to attack me. I do like the Griefer specialization, Smelly Warriors. Before, I didn't really like them, before open creation, but now since there's so many mobs around, having them just constantly reviving is actually pretty annoying to deal with. But yeah, I just have to slowly clean this up by kiting around through this boss room. And that's why skipping things like this, you know, skipping the beginning, fighting in the beginning part of that castle, I could have probably at least saved 1 potion out of that.
Is that all you got?
And then anytime you get low life, you just run for some health globes. And it works out pretty well. Usually if a castle in the beginning of it is really heavy hitting on traps and mobs, generally there's going to be some area of their castle that is pretty light, and you'll be able to fight in that area a lot easier. So, that's a little bit of, I guess, attacking advice. In terms of defending, I would say balancing your castle out the best you can is probably better. I mean, it's better to do what you did here against dumb attackers, but against really good attackers, it's better to balance your castle. Because fighting in this like big zone here, I'm probably going to be able to go through this and fight almost an entire mob, an entire, you know, defense load. Like, even if you had all of your mobs in this area here, and this was the area I had to fight in, I could probably handle it. with 4 potions. And then also the health globes that get dropped. You have to realize that once I drop the volley, there's going to be health globes everywhere. So, you know, I have to just use my potions in between my volley shots, basically. But yeah, we'll jump into number 3 in just a second. Alright, and lastly we have ThunderStrikes, cast level 18. Gonna jump into it here.
You're going to be far poorer 3 minutes from now.
Alright, Life Force mine up this way. Probably gonna be another mine over there as well if I had to guess. I don't necessarily have to check for this because in practice mode you don't get stars anyway. But there you go, another mine. That's why as an attacker you should just check all these dead ends, or else you're gonna end up getting to the boss room, and if you have already timed out, you're gonna have to backtrack through all of this, which is gonna take more time for you. A lot of times if you play an archer and you have roll and spiral shot, you can catch up as well. Even if you have to go out of your way and like backtrack, and maybe take an inefficient route to actually get to these mines. You can a lot of times catch up and still make it and get 3 stars. Alright, so a bunch of fire mines, but they're in a weird area here. They're all lined up backwards. Something that I want to try is just to test this first. Actually, there's only 3. It looks like there's only 3 springboards from what I'm looking at here. So what I'm going to do is just walk across it. And the Cyclops did help, but not enough, unfortunately. So with only three springboards, you can just roll over them, and if you keep running, you should be able to make it past. Also, just even if I would have gotten thrown, I'm guessing that there's not enough here to actually kill me, because they're only 2 wide. You really need 4 wide to be able to kill somebody. 3 to 4 wide, I guess. Alright, and then just pick off sides of the boss room the best we can here. And if I do it correctly, as long as there's no boss in this boss room, I should be able to skip a good majority of this boss room, as you can see here. And this is a problem with the boss room. It's too wide to have mobs inside of it unless you have a boss. If you have a boss, then it can aggro everything. But if you don't have a boss, all of these creatures, it's going to be like, you know, 40 points, 40 or 50 points that I don't actually have to fight.
Nice door.
The only way around that is to put your creatures somewhere else, or to have a boss, or, you know, have a choke and have all of your creatures just in one extremely dense clump. It's really the only way to do it. But yeah, that's number 3. So we are going to end the video here. As always, if you guys enjoy what I do, please subscribe. If you want to be a part of your cast, you can email me at frenzycastleruns@hotmail.com. I'm accepting level 16 and above castles. Starting to get caught up a little bit here, but I'm sure that there's going to be just a ton of emails waiting for me when I update my list again, so it might take up to a week, maybe 2 weeks even, for me to get to your castle, but eventually I will get to it. There's a spreadsheet in the description of the video as well that you can kind of see when your castle's going to get run. It's a little messy right now, but I'm fixing it up. As I'm able to run like level 30 and above castles, I'm able to fix it up a little bit more now. But yeah, that's going to be it, so thank you guys for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.